Welcome back, everyone. This is, believe it or not, episode 50. I know it's not, live
It's not what we promised.
like we had said,
Yes.
but we are still doing this. We are still live. We're here, and I
Yeah.
appreciate you being with me, brother.
Of course.
Episode 50. This is landmark shit here. You've got a few interesting things. I sent you a tweet that I wanted to go over as well, but let's start
Yeah.
off with
Should we start off with a recap of why we haven't been here?
So there's been technical issues on my end, and then I've gotten a lot of things fixed and figured out. But as far as the live aspect, that's just preparation and needing to schedule and get that figured out, get a
Yeah.
good time for it. Been busy with other projects. I went to Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
which was crazy. And then, yeah,
Yeah.
it's nuts. I'm gonna make another video after this one where
Mhm.
I just say like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't get enough video clips because it was with the family and everything, guys." So I really couldn't go all vlogger mode on it because there's kids there too, and they respectfully don't want their kids on social media or to
Understandably.
also be on videos online
Right.
because of all the crazy stuff and stories they hear.
Oh,
So
yeah.
out of respect to the parents, I was like, I'm gonna try my best to limit the exposure to family and stuff.
Mhm.
So that's why the video is a little hard. So to everyone watching, this is a little cut part, but watch my other stuff too. We got videos as well.
Oh yeah.
See, I did a little plug-in. That's going to be at the end of the other video. It's
Mm-hmm.
how you economical using the same footage twice.
Oh,
Different reasons.
there we go. He's got it.
But that's really been, so I appreciate your patience, bro. I know you've been busy too.
Oh yeah.
Little life update from the other Brendan here.
Oh yeah. Bought a 2000 Mazda MX-5. You know, a little Miata. Been wanting one of those since I was 16. Finally got one.
Mm-hmm.
Super clean. It's got like 60,000 miles. Beautiful. Had to take my dog to the vet for like a whole weekend. Love running up those bills.
Yeah.
So that was a fun one. Just been busy doing that. Practicing my bowling game too. You know, I got to make sure I beat this kid.
Yeah, we'll have to get a
That's
game
about
of
it, for
bowling with
sure.
the girls. It'll be fun.
Oh
Be a
yeah,
fun time.
definitely.
But now that we've recapped, and thanks for recapping too, man, and you're
course.
killing it. Good job moving out, and then good luck. Prayers to his dog that
Mhm.
everything's good.
Oh yeah.
And then let's go ahead. Let's get to it
Let's
with
get
some
started.
news. You know we're all about the politics here.
Oh yeah. Let's start off because it's been a while. The big beautiful bill signed July 4th, 2025, America's birthday. We love that. I'm sure everyone's got an opinion on this one. We got tax cuts. We've got defense and border investments. I think even some cuts to like social programs.
Yeah.
Huge tax breaks, though. I mean, it seems like it extends and expands the 2017 tax cuts. What is it? Tax Cuts and Job Act that was put in place in 2017. I really like how it's eliminating taxes on tips, overtime, and then like. So
And most of those people in those jobs, like
Mhm.
probably aren't making 100,000 to where
No.
it screws them over because it's over like that threshold.
Right.
But so I mean that's awesome.
I mean, that's only like part of it. I feel like another thing I know is it's it's projected to increase the GDP, but those are always projections. Okay,
Mhm.
nothing set in stone over here. One thing that I saw on it was they did something introduces like these Trump accounts, which are for
Ooh.
like newborns. I have no idea
Oh, okay.
what that's about. It's
Yeah.
it's like $1,000.
So it's
like
for
newborns.
it's for the young ones.
I assume so. Yeah, something like that. I know that kind of comes in with a little bit of weaning out part of like. I mean, there's been talks, and I feel like just because the industry that we're in, we've kind of heard about it a little bit here and there. It's just like the cutting out of the middle class, right? That line is just getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And obviously, this doesn't fucking help anything. Cutting out a little bit of the, some of those breaks there that kind of helped
I
out,
know.
SNAP benefit cuts and stuff like that, stricter eligibility for like Medicare and all other things like that. I think it was, let's see here.
It's pretty controversial, dude, because
It is.
the increased spending. Because what did Trump promise? He promised he was going to cut
Right.
that deficit.
Mhm.
But my counterpoint to that would be, you got to break a couple eggs to make an omelet. You got to spend
Right.
money to make money. That's how some people kind of view things. An investment, you could say, a risk to be taken. But like you were saying earlier, what if it doesn't go through? What if his investments
Mhm.
we can't cash out?
Right,
You know,
exactly.
there's definitely, I
Well,
mean, hindsight's 2020. We'll
mhm.
see how this plays out, but I'm trying to stay optimistic.
I get you.
But the adding of the deficit is quite controversial
Right, and
right
I
now.
think that that comes in. You know, they're adding 150 billion to like defense, which is, I
Mhm.
mean, that's fine. I mean, what do you expect with like defense? I mean, the military is gonna, have the biggest budget, of
But
course.
I think that honestly, and this is what I have a
Mhm.
huge problem with, is we talk about accountability, transparency with the politicians in Capitol Hill, but what about the unelected powerful that are high ranking positions in the military
Yeah.
that are the absolute scum of the earth
Mhm.
and in the military industrial complex, and they have Pentagon contractors that they work with? It's a revolving door
Yeah.
of these people just exchanging money, and a Javelin missile
Mhm.
from the 90s cost 6 times more, if I'm not mistaken, from this Johnny Harris video I watched,
Mhm.
who's a YouTuber that talks a lot of political stuff.
Yeah.
But he was saying that it's 6 times more for the same missile just because of the price going up and the monopolies that these
Yeah.
contractors have, like the negotiating that they have, the
Mhm.
pull. And it's like, we're talking about capitalism and free markets. Where is that in the military industrial complex?
Right. Well, I think I saw another thing from someone online, and it was talking about how part of the problem that we have with the economy in America is the whole saying "rich get richer," right?
Mhm,
Because
mhm.
none of that money is getting spread out. You know, we're not helping the economy if the same fuckers stay rich. You know what I mean? All right. Think about it this way, dude. If I'm a multi-millionaire,
Mhm,
right, and I'm
mhm,
going out to dinner, right,
mhm.
that's one meal for a restaurant, right? But if I'm like, all right, that's one meal. That's it. That's one meal. I might spend a little bit more, but that's one meal. It doesn't give a fuck how rich I am, right?
Mhm.
But if you have 10 people that say, that are 100,000aires, that's 10 meals. You're spreading that out. You see what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's going to end up going back and like kind of presenting more into the economy. But the problem we're having is that the rich keep getting richer, and that's only one ticket. It's only one meal ticket, you know? Where nobody it's not getting spread out, and it's not
Mhm.
helping the economy any. If
There's certainly a balance to be
mhm.
struck in what
Yeah.
you're saying, because there's going to be a wrong way to look at it on both ends, right?
Mhm.
Because you're absolutely right. The concentration of wealth with a few individuals, the 1%, that one
Right.
percent protest, the idea that the masses are the ones that are suffering.
Mhm.
At the same time, though, the emphasis on a welfare state
Mhm.
also can be problematic when that's seen at the other extreme,
Mhm.
where people are just expecting handouts,
Right.
having a constant, what I would call like a victimhood mentality of
Mhm.
like, oh, we've been through these things and these are our conditions, so we deserve these things.
Right.
And it takes away their own pride and
Mhm.
ability to achieve the things without having to say someone helped, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
And I think like it goes back to this old saying that you can give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You
Mhm.
teach a man to fish, he never goes hungry.
But here's
And if you are giving these programs all the time, it's something that I feel
mhm.
like I see in how the media portrays it too,
Mhm.
is like a dependency on these programs, and that's how they get their votes, and then they just don't actually care about the
Right.
people that they're setting these programs up for.
Right. I think there needs to be a little bit more like almost like, opportunity, right? If I'm with that example, teach a man to fish, right? If that man never doesn't teach anyone to fish, right? That
Mm-hmm.
man's always going to be hungry, you see? So I think like what it comes down to is like, I don't know, because I mean, we see it in our industry too. Like with like our positions and everything, we're not getting harbored for increases or anything, right? They're in like, because we're in the corporate space, and I mean, fuck, we've been in the same position for over 4 years now,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, let's be honest, dude. Like you're ready to go. You're ready to go right up, right? You've got everything that you need that they told you that they required for you.
Mm-hmm.
But then, okay, where's that opportunity coming in? You can't expect people
Of course, I
without
see your
giving
point. I
anyone
see
a
your
shot.
point.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
like if I'm, qualified to do so many different things, but then everyone's like, and I'm always getting, passed up for other things. And then it's like, I mean, at some point people are gonna get discouraged. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I'm sure you're kind of.
I see what you're saying, bro. Because like if again, I like metaphors. Like if we're looking at it as a race, like I'm worried that the people setting up these races are gonna force people and like condition people to keep running forever.
Right.
But your point is like, dude, if we're looking at the race, they should at least be at the starting line.
Right. Yeah.
Give them a chance.
Exactly.
The opportunity aspect.
It feels like
there's a balance to be struck,
Right.
brother.
100%. It's like it's almost like right now it's like, you know, you've got, you know, a bunch of people running on treadmills, couple people starting up in front of the line, you know what I mean? Like everyone's starting in different
You know what I would do
positions.
too? I would, if you're going to distribute the wealth in like a socialist aspect, that inherently isn't wrong. But what I would want to do to enforce like good behaviors and like good productive members of society would be to have mandatory classes that actually matter,
Right.
like a basic finance class,
100%.
like some kind of like trades as well, even things that I personally think that I could have more skills in too.
Right.
Cooking, dude, there's a lot of things in
Right.
life that aren't appreciated enough and taught in schools
Yeah.
that I think would really help our youth out. And if you could like make schooling actually affordable, maybe make it free, crazy as that would be.
Right.
And then all these billionaires should just have to fund or distribute a bit of their wealth towards the educators
Right.
that are doing this stuff. And then everyone else can make it a little bit of a free market and still have other competing jobs
Right.
and salaries.
Right. And it's not like it's so cookie cutter too for like a solution either, you know. It's like it's so different complex and there's so many different things that would need to go into that for this to kind of even be something that would be like plausible, you know what I mean? But I think like, you know, we're starting to see where college is getting too expensive, right? Where people aren't wanting to go to college. I mean, all these kids that I know that are, you know, graduating high school, if they don't, I'll be honest, if they don't have parents that can harbor them, you know what I mean? They're not going to college.
You know what I hate though? Why is the cost of college? This is such a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's the only industry, the only big business where you see these fools get away with these things and have the politicians because of the lobbyists and
Yeah.
everything and these talking points.
Right.
And they're like, Trump is cutting funding for like schooling and being able to go to college. And it's like, the problem isn't funding with college. The
Right.
problem is the cost of college. Can we start at square one?
Right.
It's like you're upset that he took the Band-Aid away. It's like there shouldn't be a wound there.
Yeah. And I think
Like freaking fix how much oh my god,
I
it
know.
just drives me
No,
bonkers.
I get you. And I think part of it too is like, dude, I think like I'm sorry, but I think honestly there needs to be a cutoff age for when people are allowed to vote on things, dude. Because you have like, especially where we live, right? So we live in Arizona, right? That's a huge retirement state. And dude, I've had it where I've talked to fucking you know, older clients and stuff, and I'm like, and when you know some bill comes out for like passing stuff that would actually benefit schooling, you know, public schooling and everything for more things, they vote no on it because they're like, oh, that's gonna cost me more taxpayer dollars, which I can understand. But at the same time, I feel like, dude, you've lived your life. Why are you allowed to vote on something that you don't give a shit about because it doesn't impact you?
You know what? I want to scream BS. It should not be passed on to the taxpayer. They work too hard to have their taxes towards roads,
True.
towards other public services.
Right.
You know who should be footing the bill for the public school system? The private school system.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Why isn't Harvard calling up and Yale and everybody and then going, oh wait, these are all the elementary schools and middle schools that, come on now.
I mean, think about it. I think if we look globally, I'm pretty sure like America's probably not like up there when it comes to schooling. You
Gets me
know?
absolutely here. I'm not. I'm
get you.
voting no too when I'm 80 because guess what? It's not my fault, and it should be no, absolutely not, dude. I'm sorry, but that just like that grinds my gears too. Just
Yeah.
anything that gets blamed on us
Right.
taxpayers
Well, I think
when
that's-
it's like it's a big business,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, I think that's part of the problem, though, is that's their scapegoat, you know? They're like, oh, comes out of taxpayer dollars. And then you've got all these people. Everybody's going to have a different opinion. It's like, okay, maybe we should be looking at other things instead of just blaming it on everybody who pays taxes. Because you're right, we pay enough in fucking taxes. So it's like, I can get why they're saying no. But at the same time, it's like, okay, we need to find a fucking solution for this shit, you know?
It just sucks because it's like the bad guys, they're never going to be the one to step up to the plate
No.
and then actually do what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It is going to be left to the little guy. So I guess if you're trying to say, hey, like, be the bigger person, then yeah, I guess we should be
Right.
voting yes. But it still pisses me
No,
off.
I totally get that. I mean, it's like dude, you're gonna cut yourself either way, you
Mhm,
know.
mhm.
And then I mean, hey, on top of that, let's talk about what's next. The Genius Act. Woo, we love digital currency and the implementation of doing stable coins in America. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Let's go crypto.
Mhm.
I mean, it regulates payments for stable coins, which I can get behind. You know, regulation on a little bit of what is considered, in my opinion, kind of like a really weird market. You know, I feel like crypto's always kind of been in that kind of gray area for
Mhm.
things. So I can understand part of it, but I feel like, I mean, it comes in with, you know, federal, state, you know, supervision, which I can understand. You know, you got to regulate things a little bit. But then at the same time, I feel like part of that problem is like this kind of sets the foundation for digital currency. We moved off the gold reserve in what, 1971,
Mhm,
right? So we've been
mhm.
backed by the Federal Reserve. And I mean, let's be honest, money's a made up construct by humans. So it's like, if we don't have anything we're backing it by, then what the fuck is it backed by? Whatever the government fucking says, you know, or based off of like our global, our you know, our economy, right? But I feel like that has so many things that go into place with it. So then it's like, okay, we go off of, you know, say we go off of this Federal Reserve standard, we go
Mhm,
into a
mhm.
fucking digital standard. What the fuck is that gonna do?
Well, how do you right? Because I mean, it's even more like imaginary than the gold standard that's been out of date now and everything.
Yeah,
But I mean, Bitcoin, bro.
right.
Who made it?
Right, exactly, right.
Satoshi Nakamoto is an unknown, like it's just an alias for someone we don't even know.
Right.
Or has it always been the U.S. Has this been like a plan
Mm-hmm.
to get this federalized eventually, and they just
Right.
did it and made it seem like it was a it's so. I have so many questions
Right.
about how they could even like gain traction
Mm-hmm.
and like the ability to take away from the what drives everyone to Bitcoin.
Right, right. And
How are you going to make a federal coin that competes with Bitcoin?
Right.
Bitcoin's like the U.S. dollar of digital currencies, right?
Right.
Or maybe much even stronger than that. You can't even compare those two things.
It's the
'cause
Swiss
so,
franc, man.
Yeah, dude.
But I mean, like, it does come in with like kind of enhancing like anti-money laundering and other things like that. That goes through enforcing like the Bank Secrecy Act, which would be like the Know Your Customer stuff like that, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Which I can get behind. But the thing that scares me the most is like, okay, it's supposed to be backed by like the U.S. dollar, right?
Mhm.
Apparently,
Mhm.
but it's a digital currency, right? I mean, it might be working out for China right now, but genuinely, I don't think America's just gonna be like, oh yeah, we're cool with that, you know.
Mhm.
And I've been saying that for years now too. But then seeing that this has gone into place is kind of like, oh damn. And then, shit, even to go off of that, what we were talking about earlier with like the, you know, the little guy having to pay for things. I think they just also did something that kind of, you know, cuts down on Section 8 housing and stuff like
Oh,
that as
man.
well.
Mhm.
So I think it's like 2 years to either figure shit out or get kicked out kind of thing, right? I mean, I could be wrong about that one, so correct me in the comments. But I just feel like we're starting to see so much cuts that affect the little guy that it's only going to get worse from here. You know, we're not taking care of the problems we have at home. We have a homeless epidemic. We have an opioid epidemic, a drug epidemic, right?
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, and then the more we cut out for the little guy, the more those problems are going to spiral, right? It's like if people, I mean, I'm not huge on the left side or anything like that, but I will agree with when people don't have their basic needs met, it creates problems,
Mhm.
right? And I mean, shit, we just keep popping out kids.
For
man.
them.
For
I'm from
them.
Missouri. It's a stand your ground state.
Oh yeah, we're in Arizona.
Come to my land.
It's a stand your ground state.
You know what I'm saying? I told the girl, I was like, we get a house, I'm going to be strapped.
Be strapped.
Because any fools that think they can come in and just
Mhm.
take free shit that I've
Yeah.
worked for, it's going to get buried 6 feet deep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
dog?
No, I get you. I do the same shit.
Yeah. You're like, these people going hungry, these home. I was like, yeah, that's sad as hell.
Yeah.
But don't try to, we're going to have problems in a threatening way. You know, it's like,
no, don't construe.
bitch, who's
Don't
going to have a
change
problem?
how I'm fucking saying it, motherfucker. But it's like, no, you think about it, bro. It's like, if we don't take care of those issues, the issues are gonna spiral. And sorry, but you're not a fucking multi-millionaire, B. This is gonna fucking come hit you too, bud.
I joined the military, please.
Yeah, you're gonna join the military.
I'm getting
please?
into
They're
the
gonna fucking take
the
you.
ones with the black stormtrooper outfit. If we're going full
Fucking
dystopian,
go Empire shit.
if you can't beat them, join them.
You're
I
like,
gotta protect
I'll
mines.
find some fucking job, buddy.
They better give me one of those flashlights that are nightsticks
The
too.
Billy
That
clutch.
can feed them. I'm leaning into it. What are
Get
you
your
talking about?
ass over here, boy.
It's all about assimilation.
It is.
No, that's really problematic. And
Yeah.
obviously, homelessness is messed up, dude. And what's messed up too with the SNAP program and because of the
Mhm.
Beautiful Bill Act is gonna really put a lot of pressure on
Right.
food banks. And we
Mhm.
volunteered a few times at Mary's, and
Yeah.
you know, I got nothing but respect for volunteer work and stuff, but
Mhm.
it is gonna put burdens on them too. And
Definitely. And it's like, let's be honest, dude. Like, I think part of the problem too is like the more we do that, like, think about St. Mary's, bro. If they get too, not enough volunteers, they're not being able to reach the market, like what they're able to reach, dude. What's the chances of that, crashing? You know what I mean? And that's gonna affect millions of people.
dude, I'm telling you, man, it's like, because in my opinion, like so much of your character and like creation is like your formative years. So like if you don't have a good upbringing and stuff,
Mhm.
like once an egg's rotten,
It's
it
rotten.
stays stinky. You know
send-
what I'm saying?
Send them behind
So
the
it's
wall.
like we got to be preemptive about like our social work and like caring
Yeah.
about the youth. The youth
Mhm.
is the most important thing.
100%.
I think there maybe should be an age line where we cut these programs off.
Yeah. They'd be like, sorry, dude, you're fucking 30, dude. Get
Yeah.
your shit together.
I know, man. I'd
Which
be cut off.
I
I'd be
can
cut
get
off.
behind, but I think I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Send him behind the ice wall. Fuck it.
No. I joke, I joke and I kid, and I can always act all bossy and try to be tough. But compassion is the number one thing we can't forget about, guys. Humans, have humanity.
Right.
So I like your points.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just want to play devil's
I
advocate,
get you.
and it
Have a little
also
controversy.
sometimes my selfish nature comes out, and
Yeah.
I gotta protect mines.
Hey man, I've said it before. Eugenics.
But let's get on to some more controversial stuff.
More controversial.
Episode 50.
Yeah,
you
we're
know we
going
had to go
crazy.
with a bang.
Oh yeah. Uber will let women drivers and riders request to avoid being paired with men starting next month in the U.S. Are men creeps?
Is that what you get from that? Is that what you get from
Dude,
that?
Oh man, I mean, my girlfriend's always watching like true crime and stuff, so she always be telling me, she's like, men are gross, and I'm like, dude, not all men are like that, and she's like, the majority. I'm like, dude, you gotta stop watching.
How she
true
feel?
crime.
Can I ask you a question? How does
Yeah.
she feel about women or men that are identify as women being in women's bathrooms?
I don't know. I haven't actually asked her about that one. She probably would disagree with it because she's
Disagree
like,
with it?
yeah, I feel like she would.
gotta
feel
keep
like
the
that's an
same
invasion
energy.
of privacy.
Because you know what I'm saying? If I'm losing out on customers, and this isn't even because I would identify truly as this, but if I'm
Mhm.
losing out on like half of my business
right.
because they don't want to ride with a man, I'm just gonna check mark the gender
Yeah,
box
yeah.
that says female.
They them motherfucker. You know, I feel like it's such a fucking crazy thing that we're going this route. It's like it seems like, especially after like I feel like 2016. Cause dude, I remember being in middle school, dude, with this whole shit started, and right, everybody wanted to, be like trans or whatever. And I'll be honest, I thought it was kind of just like a fad at first. I was like, oh, this is gonna pass, right? Like the emo thing that was going on in the early 2000s. But like, I mean, God, I don't know. I'm not trying to get canceled over here, but like,
Dude,
shit.
we've already been canceled. Like
Oh
10
right,
times
yeah.
or
I
whatever.
don't know. Act your fucking ginger. Quit being a fucking bitch. I'm sorry, but it's like it kind
Even if I'm losing out on money for something I can't change.
no, I mean play the system, dog. Well, fuck it. If the system's gonna do that, fuck. If it means if you go into work and you start identifying as they them, I guarantee you're gonna get a promotion.
You know what would be so funny? If you know how this is happening with Uber right
Yeah,
now?
Yeah.
If all of a sudden, guys, we see Uber's drivers demographics go like 80 female and all these guys just check marking
Right.
female. And then it's like, well, that you can't check mark that. And it's like, I can't.
I can't. You're telling me I'm not a female?
You're telling me
just because I have a dick and a beard?
what I can check mark.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the statistics you kind of
It kind of makes even more sense, but this isn't the reason why they're implementing this. It's
Mhm.
clearly because of assault. Men are the primary
Right.
perpetrators of SA.
Right. Yeah.
So it's pretty obvious it's for safety reasons.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I can kind of like get behind like a little bit of it, but I feel like it's almost like we're just making men out to be the enemy, which
Mhm.
has been the case for like almost the last 10 years, it feels like. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. Not all men are fucking gross. If you were fucking gross, man, fuck you. All right, you're ruining it you're making life harder for the rest of us. Quit being a fucking creep. All right,
Dude,
get out of your fucking
you're
basement.
cursing so much. This is for kids too.
I'm sorry, children, but it's time you learn a little bit of profanity. No
I'm
more
kidding,
sugar.
I'm kidding. This
No
is
more
a mature.
sugarcoating stuff. But it's like, dude, God, I mean, fuck, I see it in like some of like, okay, you know, I've been playing video games on my PC for fucking years, dude, and you
Mhm.
meet a lot of weird motherfuckers in there, right? So
Mhm.
it's like,
Would you let any of them be your Uber driver?
fuck no, half of them can't drive, and that's just because they're fucking retards,
Playing
dude.
a driving game?
Hell no. It's like as someone who fucking races cars, yeah, no. I trust myself more than anyone. But that's just because I've come from something different, bro. You know, I've been driving since I was like 14, 13, 14, you know?
Mhm.
So it's like, of course, I'm going to always be the one to drive. I don't really like driving with other people. You know what I mean? There's a
Mhm.
few exceptions to that case where I'm like, all right, cool. Like you, right? You drive like a grandma, but I know you're not going to kill me. You know what I
True,
mean?
true. So I'd fall under the other statistic because, funny enough, guys, men actually get in way more accidents
Yeah.
than women.
Right, yeah, no. I almost got into 3 accidents on the way over here, but that wasn't my fault. I was just driving.
That wasn't Brennan's fault.
No, dude, okay. Story time, guys. I'm driving. I'm in the left lane. Some dude puts his blinker on. I'm right next to him. He just starts merging over. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not sitting in the lane already, you fucking idiot. If you're from Arizona, or even if you've moved to Arizona from another fucking state, okay, your blinker does not justify for you getting over in a split fucking second. Learn to fucking drive. And if you're over the age of 65, fucking call an Uber. You can't drive. Fuck you.
Damn.
I'm passionate about that, bro. I fucking hate these drivers in Arizona, dude. And I'm sure some of you fucking hate me because I cut you off and everything. But I'm sorry. If it's a 45, you go 45, not 35, not
yeah,
40.
well, 10 under is a little excessive.
Bro, it's like, oh my gosh, I'll be driving home and I'll have some fucking jackass going 35 and a fucking 50. I'm like, what are you doing, bud?
Is it one lane?
Sometimes it's one lane. I've got mergers.
Because you're switching, but that one guy, the story you said,
Right.
he split
Right.
second. Not cool.
Right, no, it's just like people are just dumb, dude. Nobody pays attention.
Mhm.
Honestly, sometimes I wish I was born in a time when cell phones didn't exist. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's such a huge problem, dude. On my way home from work today, bro, every motherfucker that was around me, I swear to God, was on their damn phone. I look behind me in my rearview mirror, and this dude's on his damn phone with the steering wheel like this.
He's busy.
Light turns green, bro. All right? This
Mhm.
dude's still stopped at the damn thing, not just chilling there. Nobody's caring because nobody honks or anything, so everybody's a little bitch and doesn't want to be like, oh, no.
Can I ask you a question now?
What?
After
Yeah.
everything you've said, which
Yeah.
I totally agree with.
100%.
You're a billionaire, okay? Imagine you're a
I
billionaire.
fucking wish, yeah.
And then you drive one day with this experience. Do you want to give your money to all these people?
You know what? Good fucking point. Good fucking
You
point.
know what I'm saying?
Good point.
You like that point?
No, yeah, good point. Good point, dude. I swear, man. I've been watching. I don't know. I feel like I've just been watching a lot of older shows that have come out in like the 90s and like the 80s and everything like that. And I'm like, dude, I bet the time before cell phones was fucking nice.
People were. People change. It's of evolution. It's
Right.
gradual. It's gradual. But when you look 20 years, it almost seems like it wasn't because of how crazy it is.
Right, and it's like, dude, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm tired of almost getting rear-ended and shit because people aren't paying attention. Tired of watching people getting into car accidents because they're not paying attention, inconveniencing me on my way home from my 9-hour shift at work.
Mhm.
You know, it's like, guys, okay, let's be honest. Probably 98% of America drives an automatic 100% of the time,
Mhm,
right? Okay, that's like the new thing.
Guilty.
It's an automatic. You press 1, you have 2 fucking pedals, and you do this.
Mm-hmm.
How is it that fucking hard to not crash, you goddamn idiot? That's what pisses me off.
What about icy conditions or something? I've
Slow the fuck down. It's icy out.
What if someone dickhead's riding your ass?
Who gives a fuck?
Maybe I'm nervous because it's some alpha like you, dude, right behind me honking his horn.
Pull the fuck over. Let him pass.
Pull over.
He obviously knows what he's doing more than you. Pull the fuck over. Let him pass, bro. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm just getting tired of it. I swear, every time I go out and I go driving or something, if it's not late at night, if it's not past 8 o'clock, because of course we live in fucking retirement Arizona, after 8 o'clock, it's like, oh, no one's fucking out,
Mhm.
All the old people gone to bed.
You should go to Green Bay, bro.
Yeah?
There ain't nobody there.
There ain't nobody there?
You can drive all willy-nilly all you
Oh,
want.
thank God, bro. cop pulls me over. I'm like, dude, I'm from Arizona. I'm just glad to be fucking able to drive like a decent human being for once.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing. If you get on your phone when you drive, you're a piece of shit. I hate that.
What if I'm at the light and then I just put a Spotify song
That's
on?
different, bro. That's different. But if you're sitting there on your phone,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
watching a video,
Right,
texting or
right.
whatever, you're putting yourself at danger. You're putting other people at danger, right?
Mhm.
And I think that comes back to like, all right, you obviously don't give a shit about anyone else.
Mhm,
You're the type
right.
of fucker who leaves your cart right next to your car because you're too much of a lazy shit to go take it back,
Preach.
right?
Preach, brother.
It's like, dude, the downfall of society starts with the individual. So if you're that individual, go fuck yourself. This has been another episode of What the X.
Oh, snap, dude.
Pissed.
Damn. You were feeling that. You carrying that
Yeah.
energy when he got here. I was feeling that.
I got cut off like 3 times.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, having said all that,
Yes, sir.
he got a great point, but yeah,
Mhm.
everyone's different, but love your neighbor. That's all I can say.
Best you can.
And humanity, compassion.
We really should try to, understand each other more and be more loving and everything like that. But I think we're at the point in this day and age where technology's taken over. Everybody's caught up in their own world. I try not to attribute malice for ignorance, because let's be honest, everybody's just doing their own thing. They're in their own little world. Nobody's paying attention to nobody else, right? And I think that's the problem with technology, dude. I'm sorry, but like I think we're at the downfall of humanity, man.
Yeah.
We're-
No, I mean, I feel like it's approaching for sure.
Right, bro. We're about to be in fucking chappy times, bro. We're all gonna be robots in no time, and then nobody's gonna be able to think for themselves, right?
Things are cyclical. Maybe the next generation will be the great generation. You know, after all the shit, the fallout, everything that terrible happens. You know, and then hopefully we just don't overcorrect again with
Yeah.
like this simp culture. And now from the simp culture, we're overcorrecting, and you're seeing all these angry, hateful things happening.
Right. I think we need to. All right. I like anime, okay, and I like One Piece, and there's a One Piece theory that's kind of been confirmed that One Piece is set in like the future, right? It's after like a huge, global warming or whatnot.
Is that why everyone in it's gay?
Oh, I don't know. You watch Naruto, so I guess you're gay too, bud.
Dude, yeah.
But no, it's like, dude, it's like maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need global warming to just go fucking crazy, wipe everyone out.
And that's why they're all on ships
little
and
islands
stuff.
and stuff. Yeah, everyone's on a little island and shit.
Is that a theory or is it confirmed by the guy?
No, it's like literally the One Piece world is like probably like majority water, I'm pretty sure, and it's like everyone's on like islands everywhere, right? And then it's like all the technology, like they're in the arc right now where some of this technology is like 800 years old, right? And it's like fucking robots and like cars and stuff. Like they have advanced technology that they really
Naruto
shouldn't
does
have.
stuff like that too, dude.
Right,
Where
but
it's like what time period is it in?
Naruto just fell off though. I don't want to talk about that. Once they started adding fucking aliens and shit to that.
That's
sorry, bud.
the whole thing was great. The whole thing.
Okay,
beginning, middle, and end.
no. Naruto fell off after the Pain arc. After the fucking Ninja War, Naruto fell off, right? Once they started adding in this whole alien bullshit and Kaguya and all that nonsense, Naruto fell off.
Well, let's go back to your point. What are you trying to say about One Piece?
I'm hoping, God, I won't be alive for this shit. But hey, what are the chances though a great pirate era comes up in 1,000 years, right? Because we fucked the planet so much that like only bits and pieces of humanity are able to survive on little islands because everything melted, right? And so the world becomes majority water, right? Fuck it. That's what I hope for. I hope for the great pirate era of 3030.
If I was a pirate, I feel like I could do a good job.
Yeah?
Me and you'd be homies.
We would.
But we'd have to have our own ships, man. I feel
Yeah.
like otherwise
We'd have
there's going to
fleet.
be a power or there's going to be a mutiny.
Oh, I'd fucking.
So
I'd
if we could
destroy
each
you.
get our own ship,
Yeah.
I think we could
Definitely. We'd
you
be
know,
like,
separate
we'd be like
power a bit.
allies, but like
rivals.
I'd have my own crew and everything. You know?
Dude, my crew, I would totally talk about how great my crew is compared to yours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't even watch One Piece. This dude's a fucking Naruto nerd.
Dude, yeah, I'd have the whole freaking Leaf Village on your ass.
Yeah. Dude, I'm just sending Zoro, bro. You're done.
Yeah, but
I gotta
you almost ended it perfectly, and then I had to keep talking. But did you have any other closing remarks, bro? On this special episode
look,
50?
I know I was a little upset with everything going on. I think we all just need to take a step back, don't involve yourself so much in technology. You know, get out, go outside. You know, go enjoy the company of others. You know, God, my phone's honestly been like on the fritz and it's been dying so fast that it's like, honestly, it's not that bad, bro. My phone dies and I'm like, fuck it, dude. That gives me time to just do whatever. I started learning the guitar, you know, just take that phone, throw that shit in the fucking other room because I'm not going to touch it. All right. And I'm just sitting there learning tablature and chords, you know, learning the guitar, you know, maybe take a separation from everything that's all crazy. Because I feel like when we're so involved in technology, it makes us depressed, you know, because what do people remember more than the good times? The negative times. So it's like when what gets clicks? Negative things, right?
True,
Which is going to be the title of this video, The Downfall of America.
Damn. Do we make it? I wish I should do the same video twice and just have a different name for it. And then the other one would be like the uplifting truth of humanity.
You should do both. Do both and then see which one gets more clicks. It's a social experiment. And nobody will know because it's at the end of the video.
Oh, my God.
This has been another episode of
What the X?